The sun is shining bright, football is in the rearview mirror, Valentine's Day is tomorrow, and I'm going to WWE Raw at the Barclays Center tonight, and I am excited for it. In this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about how this trip to Raw came to be. I want to talk to you about why I love the Barclays Center, and I have a special place in my heart for it. And I'm going to tell you what I'm looking forward to with tonight's show. So make sure you watch this one all the way through. Should be a fun video. How this all started basically was I found out WWE was returning to Raw, Billy rather, for the Raw 30th anniversary show, which show I went to. Check it out in the archives. Got a whole 3 videos on it, including a really fun vlog with my main man James. So excited about that one. So make sure you check that out. But I had seen this was coming and I was like, wow, WWE is going to Philly a ton. And it got me thinking about the time when they would come to Brooklyn a ton. They'd come right here to Queens. I mean, I'm in Queens, but right here to New York City a whole bunch. For a long stretch, WWE was coming to Brooklyn very often. So I was saying, I wonder if they're going to be making any stops here kind of on the road to WrestleMania. And I know they do have a house show coming up next month, but for me, you know, I was like, it would be really cool to go to a TV taping here on the road to WrestleMania. I wonder if they're going to be coming to town. And for a number of years, the Barclays Center was always one of the final stops on the road to WrestleMania. They'd have the Raw either right before WrestleMania or the Raw a week or two out from WrestleMania. And I've been to a couple of those, which I'll get to in a second. But when I looked over at the schedule, I saw that they were going to be coming here on February 13th. And at the time, I was like, I need to get to as many shows as possible, kind of just getting my feet wet, starting a new job. So I still have some time to go out and do a couple of different fun things along the way. So when I saw Barclays Center, I was like, I circled it on my little calendar. I was like, I got to get down to this show. As the show started coming a little closer, I went to Raw 30th anniversary, had a great time. Did that in one day, which was a lot, going from Queens, New York to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and back. It was definitely a lot. So I think after I did that, I was like, you know, I kind of got my fill. I'll be honest, I love WWE and I love these shows. But I'd probably be okay skipping the Barclays Center show. And so I wasn't sure I was going to necessarily do this show. And then my brother-in-law, said he was down. So, I haven't been to a show with my brother-in-law, not just us two guys, probably not for about 5-6 years. And haven't even been to a show with him since, I think, before the pandemic. And we used to go to shows all the time. So couldn't pass up on that opportunity. I saw that on WrestleTix, which is a great Twitter account if you have never checked them out. They had posted that there was only a handful of tickets left for this taping. And when I see a show is sold out, I get a little excited. I'm like, all right, this is going to be fun. Maybe this will kind of remind me of the Barclays Center in the good old days, right? Because I've been going to shows at the Barclays Center really since they started having shows for WWE. I think their first ever WWE show was TLC 2012, a show unfortunately I was not at, but I did go to the Barclays Center in 2013 for a Raw taping that I believe was in July of 2013, right after the Money in the Bank pay-per-view on the road to SummerSlam, a show that John Cena announced that he'd be choosing Daniel Bryan as his opponent. A great moment. I've watched it a million times, and being there live for it was just incredible. And the Barclays Center it was like this infectious, really exciting atmosphere for all things wrestling. They were just so happy, it seemed, to have WWE coming to town. And then for a number of years, they were having so many shows. I mean, you had SummerSlam that was at the Barclays Center from 2015 to 2018. So for 4 straight years, and this was such a big deal that I in my non-kayfabe job, so to speak, I do some stuff in the world of human resources. And when I would go to job fairs, I'd see the Barclays Center there, and they'd be promoting home of, and it'd be right in the center, WWE SummerSlam, and then on the sides you'd have the New York Islanders, because remember for a period of time Islanders were playing in Brooklyn, square peg round hole, and the Brooklyn Nets. So you even had WWE being promoted as the singular attraction, the highest attraction in the Barclays Center, and that relationship was super strong. And WWE would come there for like 3 or 4 straight nights for a number of years, and it continued all the way until 2019. When WWE did it for WrestleMania. They didn't go to the Barclays Center for WrestleMania, but that time for the Barclays Center, you had the Hall of Fame, you had the NXT show, Raw, and SmackDown. If you go back and check out in the archives of my WrestleMania 35 blog, I'm at the Barclays Center like every day that week. And honestly, I think WWE did kind of burn the crowd out a little bit. I know that WrestleMania 35 weekend, suddenly a lot of the really fun fans that are usually there at the Barclays Center were replaced by these pretty entitled fans who I remember during that Raw after WrestleMania, they just were not appreciative of anything you saw. And that was not an incredible show by any means, but they were just wanting so much kind of crash TV, surprise type TV, that any match that was going on, they were doing the wave, no one was paying any attention. And I think that's kind of why WWE's gotten a little bit away from the Barclays Center. They'll still have your usual, taping or two. They did have Survivor Series in 2021, a show I went to, and that was fun. But for the most part, they haven't had as much going on really post-pandemic at the Barclays Center as they've had in the past. They've been going to Philly a whole bunch. They've been in Texas a whole bunch. And they haven't been going to Barclays Center as much. So it's cool that they're having this TV taping tonight. I'm excited to go with my main man, Deej, my brother-in-law. And it'll be fun. Deej, when I had gotten married, one of the cool things about Deej was he and I went down to the Barclays Center, and I asked him to be in my bridal party at one of the tapings. It was actually the taping, the final taping of Mick Foley as the Raw general manager. It was at the Barclays Center. So a lot of memories at this building, and I'm excited to go. It should be a lot of fun. It's not one of the more traditional times where I've been to. I'll do like a whole day. Right now I'm coming to you at 6 a.m. Despite all of my energy. Maybe it's a little bit of a Super Bowl hangover, but it's one of these situations where I don't have the usual typical day planned. I have a day of work, and then I'll leave here and head directly over to the Barclays Center. So it's one of these things where you have that excitement going on, but it's not like you have, usually, me traditionally, I like to try to have as many fun things going on before the show. I think it adds to the hype of the show. Just unable to do it sometimes when the shows are local, but that doesn't take away from the excitement of the actual show. We will vlog at it. Maybe Dave and I will grab a bite here before the event starts. Always like to go to that Buffalo Wild Wings, which is right across the street. Usually everybody is at that place before the show starts, and you can just kind of feel the excitement and the buzz. And I think the idea that this is going to be close to a sellout is great. Hopefully it's a full sellout, and the crowd is really amped for it. And hopefully this leads to a lot more at the Barclays Center. Maybe they'll do some more pay-per-views, and that'll be fun to kind of check out. So should be really cool. I know Brock Lesnar's on this show. They're doing the Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley contract signing. I'd assume Cody Rhodes will be on this show, which will be great to see Cody. Haven't seen him since WrestleMania, so obviously with his injury. This will probably be the first time I'm going to a WWE show where the Bloodline is not going to be on the show at all. So that's a little bit disappointing. But at this, actually, I guess I'm not sure if they were on the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. I don't think so. Maybe the Usos were, but no Bloodline tonight, which is a little disappointing. So but at the end of the day, it's the go-home show, the go-home Raw before the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, and it should be a lot of fun. I'm excited to check it out and to see what they have in store. I feel like WWE always tries to deliver whenever they do come to Barclays, and so it'll be great to check it out. I'm glad that I'm heading to it, and we'll be back with the vlog, hopefully early tomorrow morning, and then on Wednesday with my live experience video. So, whole bunch in store for you guys here on the channel. Make sure you smash the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.